Okay, so our first mission here is to design something very quickly, maybe a fingertip. So I'm going to go up here and add a little bit more resolution to this. I can take and scale this up a little bit, and then I can go into the front vertices here, and I can use this command called average. Okay, and if I hit G on the keyboard, it'll do that, and if I highlight some more, it'll do this. And then I'm going to take the overall part and hit G. That way it rounds it up just a little bit like that. And then take the vertices here and kind of scale them this way. There we go. So now it's got a naturally little pivot point there. So since we're only using primitives here, I'm going to be doing that. Now I can take this same shape here, take the vertices on the very front, scale them the other way, and I need one more of these little things. In this case, I'm going to make this one just a little bit bigger here. There we go. That's a nice digit. Alright, so if I had this, I'm just showing you tricks here. Don't think that you're limited to just that. You can add, if you want to make it kind of robotic looking, you just take an object like this. And if you add a couple of these in there, makes it a little bit more robotic looking. Okay, so you can add shapes and shapes. Now this is what I mean by this. So are these two shapes ever going to share a parent-child bond? No. In fact, these two can be combined because they're going to be rotating together. These, same thing. If I hit G on the keyboard, that's the last command. So each one of these can be combined. Okay. Each one of these now has to have its pivot point fixed. So usually I'll grab all of them, modify center pivot, and then I'll work on each individual one here in the side view. In this case, I'm just going to dog this over. Same with this one. And same with this one. Okay, so there we go. Okay, now what happens? Well, what shapes share a relationship here? Can you really bend this? Can you rotate it? I hope not, because if you can rotate it, that would really hurt. Okay, so let me center these pivots up. So which one does this go on? Well, these two, if you bend your finger, they're the ones that kind of are added together. So I'm going to combine these together. And I'm going to combine these together. Okay, so I'm simplifying the rig a little bit. Again, I probably should have did that first before I messed with the pivot point, because now I'm just messing with the pivot point again. So let's look at this. This one's got a pivot point of there. This one should have a pivot point of here. And this one. Good. Alright, now I'll call this I. How about index1 underscore 1? And I can copy this. That way when I double click here, I can paste it, put 2, this one, 3. There we go. Now this one and this one, if I hit P on the keyboard, so I highlight this one first because it's a child, this one the parent, hit P on the keyboard. If I highlight this one first and this one, then a parent. Okay, now I got this. Good. I can go edit, delete by type history. And let's look at a hypergraph. Look at that, how clean that looks. Okay. Okay, so let's try to rotate it around and stuff like that. Okay, in this case, I'm going to rotate the finger. Yep. I'm going to take this one, rotate it. So there we go. And that doesn't look bad because it's just made about with a bunch of shaped primitives. Okay, if I need to rotate it all back, very easy to do that. I highlight it all, rotate Z, 0, snaps it back. Congratulations, you have built your very first rig. Okay. So you can imagine how easy it would be to duplicate this parent and somehow maybe make this a little bit longer. Okay. And maybe make it another one a little bit shorter and then still shorter. So I would consult some anatomy and see which one or how that works, because you know some of these bones actually look a little longer in some cases. And the hand would be just taking all these at the same time, so you can take, let's say, I'll make a 2-fingered hand. Okay, we'll pretend that this is the body of the hand. In this case, I got parent 1, parent 2, and then this one. I can hit P, and all of a sudden, this one has all of them. But each one of them has the ability to rotate in different angles. Alright, so there we go. That is the helper video 2. So this is just joining objects together and aesthetically making them look nice. Okay, enjoy, and on to the next helper video at some point in time.